Issue 51 out in a week's time. Cover car Tony Etheridge's Mad Max Camaro. And a radical greenie of a different kind, a chopped Studebaker Custom. And more gorgeous circuit muscle with an XC Cobra coupe. And all the seriously cool cars and ridiculously fast action from the Winter Nats at Willowbank Raceway. And my favourite article, ever wondered what goes into running a V8 race team? Well, lucky for us, we've got one right here. So make sure you check out the profile of AV8 Motorsport. A look behind the scenes of a professional NZV8 race team. All this and lots of other really cool stuff in issue 51. Now, I've got a favourite saying for certain cars that it's so damn ugly it's cool. In fact, I first coined that phrase when talking about a Studebaker, a 57 I think it was. But one person's wacky is another person's cool, and just check this machine out.
I rebuild stock restorations, American cars mainly, but my passion is radical customs. My cars that I've chopped are definitely beyond anyone else's ability to restore. You know, I'm working with leftover bits and pieces and rubbish, you know, like a vehicle like this one over here, you know, completely worthless to anyone else. Take something like that and you can turn it into something quite nice again.
What is it?
That's a 47 Studi. That's just a parts car from someone else's rebuild. It was going to the tip, and they don't make them anymore, so I figured it's better off being here. They basically started in 1852. They started building, you know, Conestoga wagons you see on the Cowboys and Indians. Well, they were Studebakers. Well, they're not as popular as the Chevys and the Fords and that, but they were always in the top 5 to 10 of American cars that were sold. It's just like anything else, bad management of their company, and the arse fell out of it and they were gone. For me, their biggest fault was they sold a lot of side valve 6s, particularly to New Zealand. They weren't what you'd call grunty, you know, so that's consequently why I changed most of mine to big block Chevs. The black and gold one, yeah, that was my second Studi, and I brought her in around about 1972, and she cost me 40 bucks. We drove her home, she was a bit sad, no first gear, no reverse, but got up the hill to home, and yeah, I've kept her ever since. I've got a real connection to that old car. The bullet nose centre, which is the reason that attracted me to the two bullet nose Studebakers, is this one's cast out of brass, very hard to get a good original one. They're made out of die cast, so we got an old one and we moulded it from the original one, and this one's been made out of brass and chromed, of course. The grill's basically stock, although, as I said, it's been recessed in. On a bullet nose Studebaker, if you want a custom car, there's not actually much you have to change on the front. It says it's right there, you know. One guard on one side's a 51 and one's a 52. We simply cut out the intersection of the 52 and put a 51 panel in it. We've pulled her out here. Originally she's very flat along there. We had to pull her out to take the arches further away to clear the wheels. The caps I got from a wheel dealer at Beach Shop a couple of years ago. And as soon as I saw them, I thought that's perfect for the bullet nose, because once again we have a bullet in the centre and we have this four bar around it, which just matched in very nicely with the front. It's not a restoration, it's something that's meant to be, it's individual, it's my vehicle, you know, it's something that you could call it a Hellstead if you like, I don't give a damn, eh? The dashboard started life as a 47 sedan. The instrument panel here is off a 1952 Champion. I really like the shape of it and the engine turning on it. The stainless is off 1947. The steering wheel's an old Nissan Fairlady. We've made a steel centre for it with a nice brand new 1956 Studebaker horn button. I ended up with the shape that I wanted. That's the main thing. She'd be if I had to pay for the hours, she'd be a very expensive motor car. But you don't do it for that, you do it because you just love creating something different, you know.
And there's no denying Trevor's creativity. You got to say there's something cool about Kiwi dudes in their sheds making cool stuff out of old junk. And maybe if Trevor's looking for inspiration for his next Studebaker project, he could follow Wayne Yarbury's lead and try building a gajillion horsepower top door slammer Studebaker. This week, you can win a great prize pack from Smiths Group, suppliers of leading automotive brands, including Maguire's, Newlon and Glass Science. Simply get onto v8.co.nz and go to the NZV8TV link. It all began here: Mustangs, Javelins, Camaros, the sports cars that shaped American racing history. And they did it in the early days of the Trans Am Championship, when American cars also turned right and the music was oh so dramatic.
For the Javelin team, the first 4 races haven't been much fun. For the 2 weeks prior to the next race, it's around-the-clock testing, timing, practicing. For Donahue and the Javelins, time is running out. The championship will be decided here in the 10th race at Kent, Washington. At the 10th lap, only 2 seconds separate the Mustang and Javelin. On the 18th, it's Donahue ahead. Then Jones. Donahue again leads through lap 56. Jones again takes it. He holds on to win by 19 seconds. The season's duel is finished. Mustang, a runaway early leader, was almost caught by the determined red, white, and blue team. But today, Mustang wins it all.
And that same intoxicating mix of big grunt, low grip, and that glorious V8 sound is alive and well today in series like the Central Muscle Cars. Long may it live. Raw, powerful, absolutely intoxicating. You can't beat that classic sound of a V8. Sit back and take a listen. Awesome stuff, but as a circuit racer, I can't get enough of this guy. NZV8's on TV. Brought to you by Smith's Group, suppliers of leading automotive brands. And GT Radials, superior performance at an affordable price. Well, this week's answer is Mopar stands for Motor Parts from Chrysler. And that's Series 1 of NZV8 TV. But we're coming back bigger and louder than before.